Good morning. We are the Group 5 presenting the Environmental Awareness and Protection, together with Noel Janicio Jr., Kenneth Evans Innumerables, David Escobar, Kenneth Franco, and I, Jenny Rose Villabrille. Hello, good morning. I am Jenny Rose Rosique Villabrille, and I will discuss the topic Basic Concept and Laws Governing Environmental Education. Environmental education, or E, is a process in which individuals gain awareness of their environment and acquire knowledge, skills, values, experience, and also that determination, which will enable them to act individually and collectively to solve present and future environmental problems. E is a complex process governing not just events but a strong underlying approach to a society building as a whole. Environmental education provides people with the awareness needed to build partnership, understand the non-government organization activities, develop participatory approaches to urban planning, and ensure future markets for eco-business. Environmental education is a learning process that increases people's knowledge and awareness about the environment and associated challenges, develops the necessary skills and expertise to address the challenges, and fosters attitudes, motivations, and commitments to make informed decisions and take responsible action. The components of environmental education are: first, awareness and sensitivity to the environment and environmental challenges. Second, knowledge and understanding of the environment and environmental challenges. Third, attitudes of concern for the environment and motivation to improve or maintain environmental quality. Four is the skills to identify and help resolve environmental challenges. And lastly, the participation in activities that lead to the resolution of environmental challenges. The National Environmental Awareness and Education Act promotes national awareness of the importance of environmental education for sustainable national development in the Philippines. This policy mandates that environmental education be integrated into school curricula at all levels, and thus students are provided with a core curricular foundation in environmental issues and laws, the state of international and local environmental policy, citizens' responsibility to participate in environmental behavior and sustainable development. The Philippines also fosters participation in environmental behavior through national awareness events and national programs that encourage the greening of schools, communities, offices, and industries. The national legislation. The Republic Act number 9512, or the National Environmental Awareness and Education Act of 2008, articulates that a state shall promote national awareness of the role of natural resources in economic growth and the importance of environmental conservation and ecological balance towards sustained national development. It established November's as the Philippines National Environmental Awareness Month. Professional Development. Section 7 of the Republic Act number 9512, or the National Environmental Awareness and Education Act of 2008, states that the Department of Education, the Commission on Higher Education, and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority will collaborate with the Department of Environmental and Natural Resources to implement capacity building programs in environmental education. This includes training, seminars, workshop, environmental education materials development, and teacher education courses.
Yo, what's up? My name is Kenneth Evan Ern Innumerables. This is my report. My topic is the 7 environmental principles. This section highlights the basic environmental principles we need to learn about our ecosystem because this is the only way we can protect and take care of our planet and take action to our environmental problems. Muna siya ang muna ang 7 na atong sundon para sa atong planet. Pinakauna kay nature knows best. This is the most basic principle of all. The principles featured in this blog. We humans have to understand nature and follow its rules. Because if we want to ensure our continuous and steady supply of resources, one must not go against natural process. If we humans cause any description in the cycle of nature, this can bring imbalance to our ecosystem. Nature knows best. Muna siya guys, um, kita mga tao dapat atong protektahan atong nature. Kay kung wala dyan yung nature, wala punta, wala tay hangin, wala tay unsa na lang na bagyo ang moabot kay tungod kanang imbalance na atong ecosystem ana murag kung sa butang ba climate change ana good. Ang kadua kay all forms of life are important. Each organism plays a fundamental role in nature. It's easy to appreciate the beautiful organism like butterflies, especially if one knows their important role in pollination. The giant ones like elephants, the whales, the alligators are the ones we respect meets with fear or wonder and the products they produce. But when it comes to unlovely, squirmy, and troublesome creatures, this principle unusually overlooked. Um, di ba makita nimo ang kanang kagwapo sa nature mo pati kita mga tao kung makita ta gwapo kay na view mawala ra ba jud atong stress para makita tag mga butterflies sa nature kanang nagpuyo dira para nang mga elephant or unsa pa na mga alligators ana mawala pud di mo stress kung isa pud ka tawo nindot siya lantawon pero kung dili na jud na kanang maot na jud kayo kanang napaputol lang kayo di ba mura mo buntag makuan pud lain na nani makaingon pud kag ingana maong important jud kayo pud na ma-appreciate nato ang kagwapo sa atong nature. Ang katulo kay number 3 is everything is connected to everything else. In an ecosystem, all biotic and abiotic components interact with each other to ensure that system is sustained. Any intrusion from outside may cause of imbalance, collapsing of the system. Number 4, everything changes. The environment is constantly changing organism, also development through time. However, with our current technology, we have affected these natural changes and these changes now cause problematic events to us. Humans should rethink their relationship with the environment because what we have believed that is the beneficial to the environment often turn out to be a catastrophic. Number 4 jud kay everything changes kanang makaingon jud ta na magbag-o ra jud tanan nagbag-o na jud kay sukad pa sa una di ba okay pa kay atong nature wala pa nag climate change ana kay alagaon ka ang mga tao ginalaga jud nila ang nature karon man gud kay samtang nagkaangat na ang mga tao karon puro na lang mga cellphone anana kanang wala na paki sa palibot kanang di na lang tawon ang unsa na kana diri anana kay kasagaran ba ng mga tao kay issue ra jud ang pangitaon jud pero kanay na issue wala jud sila kabantay nag-change na ang tanan pati sa nature change na kayo at sama sa giingon ganiya bisag unsa na bagyo ang moabot nang magbaha anang kay tungod ginaputol nila mga kahoy nya ang uban pod patik-atik og bukid-bukid nya ibilin di mga basura didto di ba ana dapat kita mga tawo mag-rethink tagbalik atong higugmaon ang environment kay kita gyapon makabenepisyo ani. Everything, number 5 is everything must go somewhere. Everything ends up elsewhere. It doesn't just disappear. For example, if you throw a piece of candy wrapper away, it is disappear from sight but does not cease to exist. In its up elsewhere, gases released into atmosphere may spread, but it will end up a component of the atmosphere and can be brought down by rains. Any particular type of waste should always be a concern to us. It may be a pollutant or a resources depending on certain factors. Be a responsible person and throw your trash in proper place. Kita mga tao, kung manglabay man tag basura, ibutang yun na to sa basurahan. Kay pira na plastic atong ilabay. Ilabay na to. Diba? Sa pananaw, nawala na itong gilabay, pero katoy mong gilabay, wa pa to nawala. Napa to dito samot nagplastic. Dugay kay mahilis ang plastic, guys. Kumakaon ng mga hayop pa ng mga plastic, di patay. Pero mga wild animal. Kalat-kalat ra mo sa nature. Kung damak ka sa sud sa balin, di na to gidalon sa gawas. Muna sakto na istorya. Mong kita mga tao responsable tao dapat ta. Kaya kita may naiutok. Kita may nagdala ning kalibutan. Number 6 is R is a finite earth. Earth's resources can be classified as either renewable or non-renewable. Renewable resources are those can be easily replenished by natural cycles, example, water, air, plants, animals, while non-renewable resources are those cannot be replenished through natural cycles. All true renewable resources can be replenished. It is the important to understand that these are renewable only if they're not overused and not destroyed from factors such as pollution. And the last is the nature is beautiful and we are stewards of God's creation. Among all creatures, humans are the only ones made in God's image and have been given the right to have dominion over all His creations. Being the most intelligent and gifted with reason, humans are capable of manipulating creation to their own advantage. Yet, creation exists not to be ravaged or abused, but to be taken care of. Humans cannot be exist without nature. They are the co-natural with the environment they live in. If the environment they live in is destroyed, with it will go Homo sapiens. Tanawa ang kalibutan, di ba? Perfect ipaghimo sa Ginoo, pati kita mga tao walay dili man ta sa sulod ato mga kaugalingon, dili man ta perpekto, pero paghimo sa Ginoo sa tuwa perpekto. Sa tuwa mga lawas perpekto, walay lamang sa tuwa diri sa kalibutan. Mao po ni sa nature. Sila gihimo sa Ginoo, ay gihimo sila sa ang Ginoo naghimo og nature kay napod sila role diri sa planet. Kaning nature nagtabang jud ni sa tuwa, guys. Mon lang rule. Di ba magtanaw ka sa mga nature pating kapuha jud. Makawala jud og stress mo kay ingon ka na maayo jud kay paghimo ni sa Ginoo jud. Dapat kita mga tao tinabangay ta diri. Kung sa mota kita mga BPA kanang maghimo ta ninyo og kanang mag-project ta ninyo kanang mag-tree planting ba karon, dili lang guys sa dagat na mag-trip kanang mangrove tree planting, pati na kana sa mga lasang himo ta ninyo mag-tree planting ta ninyo, ana ba, kita man ng youth dire, magtinabangay ta ninyo, para ma-save na nato ang ato ang bahala lag dili tanan na nature basta ang atuwa lang diri kanang matabangan na to matabangan na to tong nature diri sa Samal ana kay mas gifted yun ta dire kay dili kita nagaigo sa mga bagyo mas kanang happy ta kay wala layo kita kay ngana simbag ko lang kung naaman.
So good day ma'am and good day classmates. My topic for today's video is all about climate change. So what is climate change? Climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns. These shifts may be natural, such as through variations in the solar cycle. But since the 18,000s, human activities have been the main driver of climate change, primarily due to burning fossil fuels like oil, and gas. Why is climate change an important issue? Climate change is already impacting human health. Changes in weather and climate patterns can put lives at risk. Heat is one of the most deadly weather phenomena. As ocean temperatures rise, hurricanes are getting stronger and wetter, which can cause direct and indirect threats. How does climate affect human life? Climate change affects the social and environmental determinants of health. Clean air, safe drinking water, sufficient food, and secure shelter. Between 2030 and 2050, climate change is climate change is expected to cause approximately 250,000 additional deaths per year from malnutrition, malaria, diarrhea, and heat stress. There are five main effects of climate change: more frequent and intense drought, storms, heat waves, rising sea levels, melting glaciers, and warming oceans can directly harm animals, destroy the places they live, and wreak havoc on people's livelihoods and communities. Impacts from this warming already have been observed and include increases in global average air and ocean temperatures, accelerated melting of snow and sea ice, widespread retreat of glaciers, rising global average sea level, and extensive changes in weather patterns, including changes in precipitation levels. The main ways to stop climate change are to pressure government and business to keep fossil fuels in the ground, invest in renewable energy, switch to sustainable transport, help us keep our homes cozy, improve farming and encourage vegan diets, restore nature to absorb more carbon, and lastly, protect forests like the Amazon. And lastly, the objective of climate change. The main objectives of the climate change awareness campaign are to improve awareness and understanding of climate change among us citizens, to demonstrate that daily activities can collectively make a big difference and that each individual has a role to play in the fight against climate change. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Kenneth Franco, and I'm going to discuss the topic about ecological waste management. Let's begin here in Republic Act of 9003. This act states the policies and penalties for certain prohibited acts that can harm the environment. It is also an act providing for an ecological solid waste management program, creating necessary institutional program mechanism and incentives appropriating funds and for other purposes. Solid waste management is one of the various ecological challenges in the Philippines. It is how the people control and solve challenges concerning solid waste. Study made by the National Solid Waste Management Commission Secretary estimated per capita waste production daily is 0.5 kilograms. This means that every person living in the metropolis generates half a kilo of solid waste a day. With an estimated population of 10.5 million, total waste generated in Metro Manila alone could run up to 5,250 metric tons per day, or 162,750 metric tons per month, or 1.95 million metric tons per year. Definitely a lot of waste to speak of. Steps on proper waste disposal. Complying with these steps, individuals can help the government in enacting the enabling laws. This will largely aid the resolution of ecological problems and contribute to the environmental conservation. First is segregating, process of separating biodegradable and non-biodegradable garbage. Biodegradable is a type of waste which can be broken down in a reasonable amount of time into its base compounds by microorganisms and other living things, regardless of what those compounds may be. On the other hand, non-biodegradable are the materials that do not break down naturally or take an inordinate amount of time to do so. When thrown away, these materials cannot be dissolved by the bacteria, fungi, and living organisms in the air, moisture, and climate in the soil. Second is composting. It is the process where biodegradable waste is placed in a certain tank or a hole for a certain time to let it decompose with the help of decomposer like yeast, worms, and molds. After the decomposition, the decomposed waste can now be used as a fertilizer for plants. Lastly, we have recycling. It is the most useful and helpful way of waste management. Non-biodegradable waste can be recycled by creating helpful and useful things out of it, like the plastic bottles can be made as house decorations, while used magazines can be made into beautiful pillows. Recycling can also be a source of income in the community, can really reduce pollution, save natural resources, and conserve energy in the households. So we have different benefits of proper waste disposal. First is the sense of peace. A litter-free surroundings contributes to emotional and physical sense of peace. Second is protection of human health. By getting rid of the garbage that breeds flies, roaches, rodents, and harmful bacteria that can spread diseases, we are protecting human health. The conventional way of burning garbage is not encouraged because burning causes air pollution and is a threat to human health. Chlorine-containing materials like plastics can be produced the toxic compounds dioxin and furans. It can be found that even some garden waste can produce these chemicals when burned. This is the reason incinerators were banned in the Clean Air Act. Burning of carbon-based materials produces carbon monoxide, which is hazardous to human health, and carbon dioxide aggravates GHG, resulting to global warming. Number 3 is alleviation of dam site crisis in the highly urbanized areas and to prevent such in the provinces. Number 4, slowdown of depletion of Earth's resources. When we recycle glass, we lessen the pressure on our beaches from which silica is coming from. And number 5 is additional income. Recycling and composting can be a good business having zero capital, but it takes a high level of perseverance and effort.
Air pollution awareness and prevention. The threat of environmental pollution has become one of the chief concerns of this decade and perhaps the rest of this century. Although many individual think the industrialists are the villains who pollute the environment, the major villains are the consumer who desire and demand new, more, faster, and bigger playthings without thinking about the cost to the environment. Though many living things emit carbon dioxide when they breathe, the gas is widely considered to the pollutant. When associated with cars, planes, power plants, and other human activities that involve the burning of the fossil fuels such as gasoline and natural gas. That is because carbon dioxide is the most common of the greenhouse gases which trap heat in the atmosphere and contribute to the climate change. The major causes of air pollution. Alongside being an increasingly important problem, air pollution is a major issue regarding various fields, economy and politics. Pollution is now a commonplace term which our ears are attuned to. We hear about the various forms of pollution and read about it through the mass media. Air pollution is one such a form that refers to the contamination of air pollution irrespective of indoor or outside. A physical, biological, or chemical alteration to the air in the atmosphere can be termed as pollution. It occurs when any harmful gases, the smoke, enters into the atmosphere and makes it difficult for plants, animals, and humans to survive as the air becomes dirty. It is a mix of particles and gases that can reach harmful and concentration both outside and indoors. Its effect can range from the higher disease risk to the rising temperatures. So, smoke, mold, pollen, methane, and carbon dioxide are just few examples of common pollutants. Combining this definition, air pollution in general can be described as the increase in the rate of harmful gases and particles in the atmosphere. Thank you.